Chapter 4. As soon as Albon was on her way, Daisy showed Wiglaf the herbs she'd found. Akate is they ithai iglapway, she said. In the cleft of her right front hoof, she carried a leafy bouquet. Wiglaf took leaves. Daisy told him to rub them together to warm them, then press them onto Angus's knee. Wiglaf did so quickly. "Ow!" said Angus. "Get those weeds off my wound." "Healing hay, herbs hay," said Daisy. "Healing herbs, poppycock," cried Angus. "I don't see how a bunch of," he paused. A look of surprise crossed his face. "Hey! Wait a minute, my knee doesn't hurt anymore." Daisy nodded knowingly. Wiglaf felt so proud of his pig. Minutes later, Daisy told Angus to peel off the leaves. His wound had stopped bleeding. Now it was hardly more than a scratch. Angus stood up. He bent his knee, then straightened it. "Daisy, you are a genius." "Aeneas Gay," he cried. "I'm ready to go." The little band started off again. "How did you know about jungle leaves, Daisy?" Angus asked as they walked. "Iai ivhei, id ray, anime ux bay, oyai iling hai herbs hay," Daisy said. "Did you say I have read many books on healing herbs?" Janice asked. Daisy nodded. "Whoopee! I got it!" cried Janice. "I know a foreign language." As they tracked on, the path grew steeper. It became littered with big chunks of stone. "Fie! These broken rocks!" cried Erica. "They are murder on my trunk's wheels." The jagged rocks also made it harder for Daisy to walk, so Angus, feeling grateful for her doctoring, picked her up and carried her. Wiglaf saw a small troll peek out from between two pine trees. A bird screamed above him. Or was it a bat? He heard the hermits shouting, "Leave me alone!" Then he heard a new noise, singing. "Do you hear that?" he whispered. The others nodded. The singing grew louder. Soon, Wiglaf could make out the words of the song. Gazil was a dragon, a greedy one was he. From his jaw of terror, villagers did flee. "Gazil?" said Janice. She turned to Erica. "Is that not the dragon you and Wiglaf slew?" Erica nodded. I once knew a minstrel who sang such a song," said Wiglaf. Just then, a man in a feathered cap stepped onto the path before them, strumming a lute and singing to himself. He looked up. "Can it be?" he exclaimed. "Wiglaf of Pinwick?" Wiglaf gasped. "A minstrel! How glad I am to see you!" Wiglaf introduced the minstrel to his friends. He told them how the minstrel had come to Pinwick during a winter snowstorm. He needed a place to stay and for a while lived in their pigsty. "Hello, Daisy," said the minstrel, looking down at the pig. "Still the finest, pinkest pig in all the land." Daisy blushed, turning even pinker. "The minstrel taught me how to read and write," Wiglaf said, "and how to wiggle my ears." He gave a little demonstration. "News of your deeds has reached me, Wiglaf," said the minstrel. "You slew Gazil and Sitha, both by accident," Wiglaf confessed. "Be not so modest." The minstrel smiled. "I said you were born to be a mighty hero." Wiglaf felt his face grew warm. "I have just put you into one of my songs," said the minstrel. He strummed and sang. "Gazil was a dragon, a greedy one was he. From his jaws of terror, villagers did flee. Gazil burped up clouds of smoke, shot lightning from his snout. Then one day came a hero who found his secret out. The hero's name is Wiglaf. He is small, yet he is bold. He threw the dragon gazelle with knocks knocked him cold. Everyone clapped. Erica muttered, "That's not exactly the way I remember it." But she clapped too. The minstrel swept off his feathered cap and bowed. "Thank you, minstrel," Wiglaf said. "'Tis a fine honor to be in your song." "Do you really tell fortunes?" asked Janice. "That I do," said the minstrel. "Hold out your palm, lass." He traced its lines with his finger. "Let me see now. This crease crosses that line. Oh, wait. I see it clearly now. Very soon you shall meet the wizard." "Oh boy!" Janice turned to Erica. "Why did you not tell us there is a wizard at the palace?" "Because there isn't one," Erica shrugged. "My fairy godmother used to keep a small apartment in the palace, but she left for good when I turned 5. "If I'm wrong," said the minstrel, "it will be the first time." "My turn." Angus held out his hand. "What a nice plump palm!" exclaimed the wizard. He studied it for a while and said, "You shall say nay to a fresh-baked pie." "Never!" cried Angus. "Pie is my favorite dessert, especially cherry pie. I read what I see," the minstrel said. "In truth, I do not always understand it myself." Erica held out her palm. The minstrel hardly seemed to glance at it. "Clear as a bell," he said. "You shall see spots before your eyes." "Spots?" Erica looked annoyed. "That minstrel is not much of a fortune." Wiglaf knew that Erica had hoped to hear the minstrel say she would become a great hero like Sir Lancelot. But seeing spots, he agreed with Erica. It was not much of a fortune. Now Daisy stepped up to the minstrel and held up her right front hoof. "Daisy, dear pig," the minstrel said, "I'm a palm reader, but if you wish me to read your hoof, well, why not?" He held her hoof in his hand. He bent close to examine it. His eyes grew suddenly wide. He took a step back, dropping Daisy's hoof. "Egad the eye!" cried Daisy. Is I at bay?" The minstrel looked worried. "What did you see, minstrel?" cried Wiglaf. "I saw—" the minstrel began, but he stopped and smiled a shaky smile. "Prithee, a hoof is not a palm. I saw nothing." He picked up his lute. "I must go," he said, "and quickly, or I shall be late for the tonel fair." He bent toward Wiglaf. "Keep a close eye on your pig," he whispered. Then he turned and called, "Farewell, farewell," and headed east on the rocky path. "Farewell, minstrel," Wiglaf called back. He knelt down and put his arms around his pig. What fortune had the minstrel seen in Daisy's hoof? He shivered. He could not stand it if anything should happen to his dear Daisy.